The Titanic actor Leonardo DiCaprio has possibly proven everything in his acting career, yet he is often set against certain other names from the industry. While he has been discussed blow by blow with just as every popular actor from Hollywood, few many times has he been compared to big names from the TV world. And today we are discussing how far will Leo fare against one of the noted small screens and soon to be making it huge on the big screen actor Cillian Murphy. Be it his role as gangster leader in The Blinders or his occasional cameoed yet memorable appearances in director Christopher Nolan's films, Murphy always brings something new to his on-screen characters. Both Leo and Murphy each have their own antics that have made them famous and unique on their own. The two actors almost have the same career trajectory, except that Leo started quite early than the European actor. The Irishman and the American only worked with a few directors and largely remain out of the media attention. While Leo has far more movie credits and an equally more amounts of awards than Murphy, the Peaky Blinders fan wouldn't argue with Murphy over Leo, as the former in the British crime drama series always radiated badass looks and decently charismatic but attention-demanding attitudes. We are probing through several parameters to come to a conclusion on who actually has an edge when it comes to coolness on and off the camera. And we are also considering a lot more than just the American audience or the Britishers, whilst putting these two under the same bracket. But before getting into the video, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for all the latest updates. Acting. On the yardstick of on-screen performance, Leo, in all probability or even clearly, is an undisputed winner. With 6 Oscar nominations and a win, the Titanic actor's acting prowess is something worth definitely checking out. Also, something that people really get amped up for. On the other hand, while Murphy also retains quite the reputation among cinema critics and fans, in addition to a handful of British honors, he is yet to score some elite American recognitions and a few more box office hits as well. Regardless, the actors both have a good head over their shoulders when agreeing to roles and are often referred to as very mature artists from their youth. Roles diversity. Part of the reason Leo is most appraised in Hollywood is that the actor has a wide range of roles in his film career. The audience never hesitates to bet on his role variation, be it his hot-tempered cop guy in The Departed, a charming young man in Titanic, or a shrewd yet despicable entrepreneur in Scorsese's Wolf of the Wall Street. The list of his character diverseness just goes on and on. As for Cillian, while he has played detestable characters on occasions, as opposed to his sometimes anti-hero, sometimes hero personality in Peaky Blinders, he is somehow yet to have credits as many and as varied as DiCaprio. This round easily goes to the American heartthrob. The antagonistic. While both the actors have deviated from the usual good man tone on the screens, DiCaprio's touch on these roles has been considered far more shocking and laudable by the critics than any other actor and not just Murphy. Although Cillian too has donned the villainous face with movies like Red Eye and In Time, those films have been talked about fewer times than Leo's famous scream as Calvin Candy in the 2013 Tarantino's alternate history drama Django Unchained.
You would have the same 3 dimples in the same place as old Ben.
Hey! Now lay your palms flat on that tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off. There have been a lot of lies said around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can believe.
Family man. This might be the area where Leo doesn't have so much of a good reputation. With an endless list of ex-girlfriends ranging from Giselle Bundchen, Barry Reilly, Blake Lively, and Tony Garn, among others, DiCaprio often tops the rank of the most promiscuous celebrity in Hollywood. There is something about the departed actor that just doesn't have allowed him to settle yet, or made him stroll his own kids. Meanwhile, Murphy, who has been with his wife since the late 90s with 2 sons, is a classic example of a family man. He often takes his spouse to various red carpet events, and their body language really shows how great their bond is. Their demeanor in interviews. Both Leo and Murphy have a custom of avoiding the mainstream talk shows and also sit up for fewer Q&As, even when their movies are making it big in the theaters. For both men, acting seems to be the most important thing because they have always come across as a guy who doesn't seem to be fond of interviews and promotion. They both get their work done and then disappear into their normal life. However, when they do show up for promotions, the actor never fails to make the most impression off of them. Leo, having done relatively more interviews than Murphy, certainly holds the air in the room with much gravity. Cillian's gentleman theme, akin to his Inception co-star also manages to command more than enough attention. But because DiCaprio has been giving more hits than The Irishman since the late 80s, a whole lot of headlines understandably get excited for DiCaprio's couch movements than Murphy, and by quite a margin. Manliness. The alpha factor in terms of on-screen performances might be a bit of a neck and neck between Leo and Cillian. But if we are to look with deeper perspective, Murphy, being affiliated with one of the manliest characters in TV history, may have a bit of an edge over DiCaprio, who, albeit does play the iconic characters, but some of them at times do lack those bossy factors.
From the cavalry, no fighting. Oi! No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting!
We are especially talking about Shelby's image as a man of his words and as the family's head among the audience versus DiCaprio's stereotypeless and unpredictable roles. While the departed actor has portrayed the range of emotions and individuals that almost every man has gone through once in their life, DiCaprio's audience may have a hard time to look him as a reminder of manliness and an authoritative figure, especially in light of his one-to-many portrayals, each one so much different than the previous ones. Recognizability. Even when you're not that much of a movie buff, Leo's face is next to impossible for you to not recognize him, or at least have a thought, a guy from that movie. Being one of the lead star of highest grossing movies of all time, even your grandmas and mothers must have a tough time letting slide that DiCaprio's boyish 90s appeal. In fact, one of the reasons Leo's the most recognizable face in Hollywood is that audience has seen him growing up from a kid to an adolescent to a teenager and the man he appears today, on and off the screen. Murphy, meanwhile, was already a bit of a man when he started gaining ground as Thomas Shelby in a few independent films. And to be honest, one has to be a bit more knee-deep in the movies to know how much of a prolific actor Cillian is. On the count of instantly distinct, Leo is almost always the winner, even when compared to other big names in Hollywood. Well, that is all we have here for you today. Make sure you like the video if you liked it and dislike it if not. Let us know in the comment section below which actor is the more cooler, Leonardo DiCaprio or Cillian Murphy.